Highly sensitive children. Understanding them to love them right. Hello there. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating trait found in some children, especially those who are gifted, high sensitivity. This trait often manifests in children who have intense emotional reactions to things happening around them. As parents, it's crucial that we understand this sensitivity so we can truly support our children, helping them thrive while gently guiding them through the challenges it brings. Before diving into the details, let's take a look at the key points we'll be discussing, based on the research of Kazimierz Dąbrowski and his theory of positive disintegration. High sensitivity, or what he refers to as overexcitability, is one of the core components of this theory. This trait brings both remarkable strengths and notable challenges for children. The most important thing parents can do is to fully accept their child's range of emotions and skillfully guide them in learning how to regulate those emotions in healthy ways. What is high sensitivity? Highly sensitive children tend to express their emotions with great intensity. They react emotionally to life events and everyday experiences at a much deeper level than most of their peers. Their emotional world has remarkable depth. They form strong attachments to people, familiar places, and beloved objects. Because of this emotional intensity, others may sometimes accuse them of overreacting, or making a big deal out of nothing. But here's the truth: their emotions are real and sincere. This sensitivity also shows up in how deeply they care for others. Even at a very young age, highly sensitive and gifted children may become upset when hearing another baby cry or when they see a friend in pain or discomfort. Their empathy often extends beyond people to include animals. Some highly sensitive kids even choose to become vegetarian at a young age because the idea of eating living creatures is simply unbearable to them. And this sensitivity doesn't fade, it grows with them. As they mature, their powerful emotions evolve, allowing them to experience the full range of feelings as deeply as any adult might. But high sensitivity isn't just a burden. It's also a source of incredible strength and beauty in a child's life. The strengths of highly sensitive children. Highly sensitive children have a special ability to notice things others may overlook or fail to comprehend. Their way of connecting and interacting with the world gives them a deep sense of awareness and insight. Because they build meaningful, strong relationships with friends and loved ones, others often turn to them for comfort, advice, or simply to be heard. Their emotional intensity and empathy also lead them to form deep and lasting friendships. They care genuinely about their friends, which makes them trustworthy and loyal companions. In addition, highly sensitive children are more attuned to their inner emotional world than many of their peers. This deep self-awareness allows them to create art that touches the hearts of others, whether through writing, music, acting, or visual arts. However, as with any trait, high sensitivity also comes with its own set of challenges, for both the child and the parents. The challenges of high sensitivity in children. One notable struggle is that although sensitive children are incredibly empathetic toward others, they often show very little compassion for themselves. They may have a strong inner critic and an overwhelming sense of responsibility, even for things that are outside their control. This self-blame can lead to feelings of anxiety, guilt, and failure. At times, their anxiety can be so intense that it interferes with everyday tasks, like completing chores or doing homework. They may also experience physical symptoms like stomach aches with no clear medical cause or emotional symptoms like sadness or withdrawal. A particularly unique struggle for highly sensitive children is what's known as existential depression. This kind of depression arises from deep thoughts about fundamental issues in life, such as death, poverty, war, or illness. Sometimes it's triggered by specific events, but it can also appear seemingly out of nowhere. These children also tend to struggle with change. New environments or unfamiliar situations may provoke strong anxiety, As a result, they may come across as shy or find it difficult to engage in social activities with peers. What can parents do to support a highly sensitive child? Perhaps the most important thing parents can do is to fully accept all of their child's emotions. No matter how intense or overwhelming they may seem, our initial instinct might be to say things like, "You're overreacting," or "You're making a big deal out of nothing." But remember, for a highly sensitive child, those situations really do feel like a big deal. Listen to their emotions. Never minimize or dismiss how your child feels. Avoid phrases like, "Being too sensitive isn't good," or "Everything will be fine." High sensitivity isn't something your child chooses. It's a part of who they are. And your reassurance, while well-meaning, may not always feel believable to them in the heat of the moment. Instead, just listen. Let them express what they're feeling without judgment or correction. Often, what a sensitive child needs most is to feel understood, not fixed. Not lectured. This is especially true for sensitive boys, as society tends to assume that boys should be less emotional than girls. Boys who are highly sensitive are often unfairly labeled as weak. It's essential to avoid criticism or shame around your child's sensitivity. But at the same time, be careful not to overprotect them from every challenge. Neither extreme will help them grow. Help your child understand that high sensitivity is normal. You can explain to your child that their sensitivity is completely normal, especially in gifted children. This is one reason why open conversations about their unique strengths and traits are so valuable. Help them use their deep awareness to better understand and manage their own emotions. One helpful tool is creating an emotional intensity scale with your child. Do this when they're in a calm and happy mood. Work together to rank different situations, from minor events, a level 1, to truly overwhelming ones, a level 10. Later, when your child is upset, you can use this scale to help them gain a clearer, more balanced perspective. Praise their efforts, not just the outcomes. Highly sensitive children often feel frustrated when their physical abilities don't match the vivid ideas they have in their minds. For example, a 3-year-old might envision a beautiful artwork but lack the fine motor skills to create it. In these moments, don't dismiss their frustration with, "It's okay," because to them, it really isn't okay. Instead, praise their effort and highlight their strengths. Show them that you value their perseverance and creativity, even if the end result isn't perfect. Guide them in healthy emotional expression. Encourage your child to process strong emotions through healthy outlets, journaling, storytelling, poetry, music, drawing, or physical activities like running and dancing. These can be powerful ways to release and soothe intense emotions. Also, remember not to expect your child to act like an adult in terms of emotional control, even if they sometimes speak or think very maturely. On the flip side, don't excuse inappropriate behavior just because they're upset. If your child breaks a family rule during an emotional outburst, they should still experience appropriate consequences. But be clear, the consequence isn't for feeling too much, it's for acting out in a way that harms others. For instance, feeling sad isn't wrong, and there should be no punishment for that. But throwing a toy at someone out of sadness is a behavior that needs addressing. If needed, don't hesitate to seek support from a psychologist, preferably someone experienced with gifted and sensitive children. Final thoughts. And that's what we need to know about highly sensitive children. Hopefully, through this conversation, you've gained deeper insight into this beautiful and complex trait in your child. Remember, high sensitivity is not a burden. It's a unique characteristic that brings both challenges and tremendous gifts. What matters most is understanding, unconditional acceptance, and wise companionship from parents. With love and patience, we can help our children harness the power of their sensitivity, while learning to navigate its more difficult aspects. Thank you for listening, And I wish you a parenting journey full of love and deep connection.